Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. Good afternoon, the organizer, the co-presenters, and especially recognize the presence of my supervisor, Dr. Fawzia Abdul Wahid. I'm talking about an assessment of blended learning readiness among students in Universiti in Islam Malaysia, USIM, by Moshood, Nurudeen, Fawzia Abdul Wahid. Discussion outline, we have the introduction, the research objectives, the research question, literature review, materials and method, result and conclusion, and the references. Introduction. The advancement in technology and development in teaching and learning methodologies have presented new circumstances for more efficient and effective implementation of learning programs, which make it possible for students and teachers to communicate in a traditional method cited by Ekman 2007. These are characterized by introduction of flexible and innovative teaching and learning technology into teaching, being cited by Fogel and Klezen 2011. Here, the widespread of internet technology and advances in computer and information technologies, as well as network learning, made it possible to design and utilize new generation learning environments that are realistic, authentic, and engaging. Here we are talking about blended learning. Blended learning is just as simple as integration of face-to-face classroom and online resources with the aid of technologies for interaction and communication. The research objectives is the first one is to examine the perception on computer-mediated instruction among students in the universities. The second objective is to evaluate the possibility of implementing blended learning among students in the university, where the third objective is to determine the computer security awareness knowledge among students in the university. The research question goes thus. The first one is, what is the view among students about computer-mediated instruction? The second research question is, what is the view among students about adopting blended learning in the university? The last research question is, what is the level of computer security awareness knowledge among students in the university? The literature review, we will be talking about definition of blended learning, the types of blended learning, factors to be considered for a successful blended learning approach, information security in blended learning, and merit and demerit of blended learning. Here, the literature review, there are different perceptions or different views of different authors based on blended learning. The first one I cited is Driscoll. The year is 2002. It defined blended learning as it meant different things to different peoples based on general idea in Driscoll examination of applied view of blended learning. 4 different concepts as to be considered in the literature review summarized as the first one is to combine or mix mode of web-based technology, e.g. collaborative learning, stream video, audio, and text to accomplish an educational goals. The second one is to combine various pedagogical approaches to produce an optimal learning outcome with or without instruction technology. The third one is to combine any form of instructional technologies and to mix or combine instructional mode of teaching. Here, the second author is Twing. The year is 2003. The contribution of Twing on blended learning goes thus. Blended learning of mixed mode or hybrid learning is integration of F2F, which is face-to-face learning with online learning with the aid of internet technology. The third author is Graham, year 2004. Graham critically considered different ways in which blended learning has been defined. He observed that all the available definitions for blended learning were variation and repetition of few common terms. Types of blended learning. You have blended learning, you have changing teaching spaces, and we have the changing role of instructors. Under changing teaching spaces, we have same time, same place. We have different time, we have same place. The third one, we have same time, different places, and we have different time, different places for the mode of instruction between the learners and the instructors. Factors to be considered for a successful blended learning approach. Stetson and Gerbic, 2008, mentioned some of the factors to be considered for any successful blended learning approach in a paper delivered at Melbourne in 2008. As a result, the success of a blended learning and its efficiency in an organization consists of many factors and elements in which each and every one is of high importance on its own and is supporting the other factors, which are itemized below. The first factor to be considered is institutional consideration. That is, the institution must consider on which kind of blended learning model are to be used. The second consideration is to teachers and the lecturers. We are talking about blended learning. You have to consider into consideration the teachers and the lecturers. Without teachers or the lecturers, there is nothing like blended learning. The third one is consideration to the students and pedagogical consideration. Information security in blended learning. There is no way you'll be talking about blended learning without talking about the security features of blended learning. Blended learning being a system based on internet is being prone to many threats, whereby such information needs to be secure. Information security is just the protecting or guarding of information from any threat, which may be intentional or unintentional, which may be computer-based or uncomputer-based. As a system that depends so much on the use of internet, especially information and communication technology, blended learning is subject to the effect from every threat encoded by the ICT. This includes deliberate software attacks, the viruses, the worms, the macros, the DOS, denial of service. The second one is the technical failure, software failure, and errors, such as bug, coding problems, or no loopholes. The third one is technical hardware failures or error equipment. Rosenberg, 2011, placed e-learning on 3 fundamental criteria, which can be applied to blended learning due to its much dependency on ICT. These criteria are as follows. Number 1, network capable updatings, storage retrieval, distribution and sharing of information. That is, the network must be highly strong for easy accessing of information or data for the students during the blended learning, during the class. Delivering to the end user fair computer using standard internet technology and focus on the broadest view of blended learning. The materials and method, we have the research design, the data collection, the location of the research, the data analysis, and the subject. The research design is just to assess the assessment of students on the readiness of blended learning among students in universities in Islam, Malaysia. The data collection, a well-structured questionnaire was being distributed to the students of University of Islam, Malaysia, Faculty of Science and Technology, FST. That is the location of the research. We have the data analysis. The data is being analyzed with the head of SPSS, Social Package for Social, that is a Tajuk Package for Social Science. And we have the subject. These are the respondents from the faculty. The result and the conclusion. There were more female respondents, which is 69.2%, than male respondents, which is 30.8%. The majority of the respondents were undergraduate. There are 46.6%, that is 235 of the respondents whose age is below 21 years, 40.7% of respondents whose age is below 21 to 30 years, and the 11.1% of respondents which age is from 31 to 40 years, 1.4% whose age is from 41 to 50 years, and 0.2% is above 5 years. That is the demographic factor. The research question, the first research question is, what is the view among students about adopting blended learning in the university? From this, we deduce that from the analysis carried out, it shows that 55%, which is equivalent to 277 of students, agree on adopting blended learning, whereas 37.5%, equivalent to 189 students, they are neutral about what is blended learning, whereby 3.8%, equivalent to 19 students, strongly agree, and 3.6%, equivalent to 18 students, disagree, while 0.2% strongly disagree, respectively. The second research question goes thus: what is the view among students about computer-mediated instruction? From the analysis, it shows that 50.6%, equivalent to 255 of students, agree on computer-mediated instruction. 42.5%, equivalent to 214 students, is neutral about what is meant by computer-mediated instruction, while 4.6%, which is 23, they are strongly agree about what computer-mediated instruction is all about. 2.4%, which is 12, disagree, while not strongly disagree, respectively. From the ANOVA test analysis being carried out, the p-value shows is 0.116, which is greater than 0.05. This means that there is no statistically significant difference between course level and computer-mediated instruction. The research question 3, what is the level of computer security knowledge among FST students? Yes, from the analysis being carried out, since the p-value, which is 0.0, is less than 0.05 from the one sample test analysis being carried out, it means that there is statistically significant difference between the course level based on computer security awareness, which shows that 94.2%, that is equivalent to 474 of students, agree on computer security awareness, whereas 0.2%, equivalent to 1 as a student, is neutral, while 5.4% is 27 strongly agree about security awareness among the students in the university, and 0.2%, which is 1, which is disagree, respectively. We can clearly see that bachelor degree students have the highest frequency of computer security awareness knowledge, followed by master degree and doctorate degree. Malaysia is chosen as a case study of the research because our system of education is of high standard when compared to other developing countries in Asia and Africa. Also, Malaysian institutions are technologically advanced. As a result, the use of ICT has been given an utmost priority in most of the public universities in Malaysia, which help in facilitating effective blended learning system. The result and conclusion. We evaluated from the study that 55.2% of the students are having good insight of computer-mediated instruction. It means only more half of the population are in support of computer-mediated instruction. Also, we are able to assess from the study and INVA that 58.8% of the students have good insight for blended learning adoption. Also, there is no significant association between gender and adopting blended learning. Then, we deduce from the study that 99.6% of the students are well conscious and aware of computer security. However, this percentage is well satisfied. Nearly all the students have the knowledge of computer security. In conclusion, majority of the respondents are satisfied with the adoption of blended learning. Most of them present a satisfactory response toward the computer security issues, and some of the respondents needed to be given orientation on computer-mediated instruction. Without an excellent executive support from the realm of the university, no university will be able to utilize the blended learning approach, and great executive support will provide greater satisfaction for the student, which directly enhance the institution's academic excellence. The references, thank you.